Sotwana in the iSimangaliso Wetland Park attracts scuba divers from all over the country and even the world. And now there's a new and exciting citizen science initiative in which you and I can take part.
It's basically observation, photography, making notes, collecting data. There's stuff we can look out for on this reef. We get some of the bigger animals on Anton, so we can look for our marbled leopard groupers, our potato bass.
But what they're actually looking for is turtles. Eve Marshall from the Triton Dive Lodge is a collaborator in this iSimangaliso and Nelson Mandela Metropolitan University program.
And when we come out, we're going to record the data, so we're going to say if it was a green turtle, a hawksbill, a loggerhead. We're going to say if it was tagged or not, what it was doing, and then we're going to upload it onto the website.
Let's go dive.
Let's go dive.
The Sotwana section of the iSimangaliso Wetland Park is one of the most popular diving sites in the world because of its spectacular coral reefs and the overwhelming variety of tropical fish and marine life, as well as the priority given here to World Heritage conservation principles. Bertus and the group have been underwater for just a couple of minutes when a marine turtle appears from under a rock. It's a hawksbill turtle, one of two species commonly found on our coral reefs, but which nest elsewhere. The divers take pictures and closely observe the turtles' activities so that they can upload the details onto a website afterwards. Even though this citizen science project is a brand new initiative, South Africa has been conducting turtle research and conservation in this region for more than 50 years.
Suid-Afrika het een van die langste aaneenlopende seeskilpadbewaringsprojekte in die wêreld. Maar hoe suksesvol is hierdie projek en hoeveel weet ons van hierdie saggeaarde reptiele wat uit die tyd van die dinosourusse kom?
We know that they've been on Earth for a very long time. Scientists reckon at least 60 million years. And it's been a 60 million year struggle for survival, facing dangers in the ocean and on land.
Seeskilpaaie se lewensstryd begin al voordat hulle uitbroei wanneer mamma seeskilpad hierdie lang opdraande tog deur die dik sand aanpak. En glo my, dis nie maklik nie.
Especially not for an animal that is used to a weightless underwater world and that can weigh up to 10 times as much as Bertus. She is completely vulnerable and an easy target for people who have developed a taste for turtle meat and eggs. A little over 50 years ago, the beaches of northern KwaZulu-Natal had been reduced to turtle graveyards. There were just 200 loggerhead and 20 leatherback turtles left nesting on these beaches. Nature conservation authorities intervened, and one of the first marine turtle research and conservation projects in the world was born. Monitors from the local community were appointed to protect the nests and help with research.
And they got on patrol every night, and when they encounter a turtle, they will measure her, tag her, check if she's nested or not nested.
Nginothando lwazo ngoba vele ziyasiza ayisizi mina kuphela zisiza abantu abaningi manje ingakho ngibona cha ibalekile impela ukuthi lemvelo lena ayiqhubeke ibhekwe futhi ikhule futhi iproject yakhona iye phezulu.
Local people were also trained to take visitors on beach turtle tours.
You've got communities at Coast Bay becoming tour guides, taking our tourists from overseas, from South Africa, empowering themselves from this. And they get knowledge from the research that we do inside the park on how to look after this unique species.
Suddenly, turtles were worth a lot more living than dead. Today, loggerhead numbers have increased to about 1,000, but the number of leatherback turtles remains between 60 and 100.
So die vraag is, hoekom het karetseeskilpaaie se getalle so drasties toegeneem terwyl dit lyk of leerigskilpaaie nêrens kom nie? En wat het navorsers sover gedoen om hierdie raaisel te probeer oplos?
Bertus visited the beautiful Banganek section of the iSimangaliso Wetland Park to see what the researchers have discovered so far. Dr. Ronel Nel has been struggling with this riddle for many years.
Daar's twee opsies waarna ons kan kyk. Dit beteken daar's of iets fout op die strand of daar's iets fout in die see. En op hierdie stadium is dit baie moeiliker om op see te gaan navorsing doen, so ons begin met wat op die strand gebeur.
That evening, Bertus joined Ronel and her colleague Dr. Linda Harris on the beach to see how they operate.
Die navorsers het spesiale toestemming om onder sekere streng voorwaardes met hierdie ligte voertuig op die strand te ry wanneer hulle aan die projek werk.
Hopefully, they will at least find a loggerhead turtle. But Bertus is holding both thumbs for one of the elusive giant leatherbacks. After searching for a while, they find a loggerhead. It's a remarkable experience to see the care with which the turtle excavates the hole for her eggs. She keeps on digging until she can't reach the bottom. She then enlarges the egg chamber. And then the eggs start dropping. Ronel counts each egg. Linda measures the size. The eggs are about the size of table tennis balls. The shells are almost rubbery, not hard and fragile like chicken eggs. That's why they can fall into the nest without breaking. When the turtle has almost finished, Ronel carefully rolls the eggs Linda has measured back into the hole. The turtle closes the nest with as much care as she dug it. It appears that she has entered a trance-like state and completely ignores the researchers, who use the opportunity to record as much data on her as possible.
If I can find them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
She also receives a metal tag to identify her. This helps researchers determine how often each individual returns to nest. In this way, they discovered that a loggerhead female goes into the ocean after nesting and returns to the beach 15 days later to lay more eggs, up to 4 times a season. The leatherback, however, had another surprise in store. They nest up to 8 times a season, twice as often as loggerheads. Sometimes they find turtles with notches in their shells. These were from researchers in the 1970s who punched specific year codes into hatchlings' shells. Ronel and her team can therefore see in what year these turtles hatched. This enabled them to calculate that it takes a loggerhead on average 36 years to reach adulthood, twice as long as the 15 years it takes leatherbacks. All this information just deepens the riddle, because it means that leatherback turtles are actually supposed to breed twice as fast as loggerheads. The next morning, they stumble across one of the greatest threats to the turtle nests.
So what will happen is that a sea turtle will lay her nest higher up on the shore, above the high water mark. And then what will happen is that as the storms come through, especially in January and February, like here, you'll see nests that get exposed. So these, based on the size of the egg, we can see that this is a leatherback nest. And these eggs have been exposed as the spring tide has come in. And also we've recently had some cyclone swell that's come through, which has also just increased the wave run-up and eroded this nest.
With climate change, this threat increases because of rising sea levels and more intense storms. Climate change can also have another consequence.
because it's the temperature of the nest that determines the sex of the hatchlings. And for us, the pivotal temperature is sort of around 29 degrees. So within that 2 degree, well, 0.2 degree band, you can get up to 100% male or 100% female. So as temperatures warm or as temperatures cool in other areas, you'll also potentially get changes in the sex ratio of the population.
Then they search for a nest with eggs that have just hatched to determine the difference in hatching success between the various species. Each egg and each shell is carefully excavated. And then, for the fun.
Okay, so deel van die prys wat ek moet betaal om hierdie lekker werk te doen is om vrot skilpad eiers oop te maak. En reuke kan ongelukkig nou nie op kamera vasgevang word nie, maar dit ruik nie baie lekker nie. Nice.
So ons het 50 eiers gehad wat bijna party het ontwikkel en party het nie, maar 50 het nie uitgekom nie. En 102, dit geef ons 'n 60% hatching success.
By repeating this with hundreds of nests over various seasons, the researchers can compare the number of successful loggerhead hatchlings with those from leatherback nests. And the results show that the hatching success for both species is almost identical.